Holiday, and
yes,
she joins us tonight.
Yes, I'm here. And you were talking about a wrap or a hoodie. I got to throw in maybe an umbrella or a raincoat, potentially. So we're going to be talking about those rain chances coming up for you in just a little bit. We are taking you outside. Yes, we've got rain on the way. We're getting a look right now from Long Beach. So let's get a look at your forecast right here on radar. We're looking at mostly dry conditions, but that's all set to change again in a matter of a few hours. We're bracing for a bit of rain. The brunt of it is sitting to our north over San Francisco northward, snow over the Sierra. This could translate into our forecast with the exception of the snow. Doesn't look like the mountains are going to get hit with this one. Temperatures right now in the 50s and the 60s, 62 in downtown, 59 in Pasadena. Over to Wrightwood, a little chillier for us at 47 degrees. So a little bit of light rain in the forecast, a chance of a shower lasting through tomorrow, and then below average temperatures with a much warmer and drier weekend on tap. I know it's only Monday and we're talking about the weekend, but temperatures are set to get a lot warmer. Earlier today, we got up to 72 degrees. That was for downtown. Average is 78, so we were well below average for this time of year, and we're expecting to continue to see those below average temperatures. Over the next 24 hours, 50s, 60s, and by the afternoon, up to 71 degrees. Mostly cloudy with a chance of rain overnight into the morning hours. We're going to time that out on FutureCast coming up in a little bit, but first we want to give you a look at your 5-day forecast. For the basin, you're going to see temperatures getting up into the 70s and 80s. For the coast, we're talking 60s getting to the 70s and eventually making it to 80 degrees by the weekend. There's the basin in Orange County, 70s eventually making to the 80s by the weekend. And one more 5-day forecast for you for the valleys in the Inland Empire, 70s flirting with the 80s and getting to the 80s by the weekend. Until then, again, bracing for a shower or two. So we're going to continue to track that on FutureCast in just a bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
You know, summer.
And a chance of rain on the way. We'll have that full forecast coming up. Turn up the heat in my car earlier today. I did indeed. So it's below average. We're bracing for rain. And to our north, does that look like a tornado to you? Well, it was. It didn't touch down to the ground, but this was actually in Sacramento, about 40 miles north of the capital earlier today. Not touching down, but we got some great video. Not a whole lot of damage, but we did see a little bit. No injuries, thankfully. But we do get tornadoes here in California. It's true. So that was earlier today. We did see storms to our north, and we could potentially see some storms right here at home. At this point, radar is showing us very clear conditions and dry conditions, and you will see to our north. We're still looking at rain over the Bay Area right there, at least parts of it, and we are looking at some snow over the Sierra. Looks like this cold front will make its way into our forecast. Might not see a whole lot of rain here at home, but we are eyeing the chances overnight into the morning hours. Currently, temperatures in the 40s, 50s, the 60s, 68 in downtown, 66 in Anaheim, Laguna Beach at 64, and Riverside at 58. So tonight, rain is possible. We're getting down to about 59 degrees with a southwesterly wind coming in between 10 and 20 miles an hour. In the morning hours, 60s with a chance of rain as well. And by tomorrow afternoon, mostly cloudy and dry, and looking at a southwesterly wind coming in at about 15 miles an hour. As we get a look at FutureCast right here, I want to show you your forecast. Does look like we could see a few drops of rain into the overnight hours. Not a whole lot. A lot of it staying offshore, and looks like the majority of it by tomorrow morning is hitting San Diego County right there and the mountains as well. Does look to be pretty dry, but we're not ruling out the chance of a shower or two in the morning hours, and by the afternoon we're already calling it dry across the board. So if we see anything at all, just a few hundredths of an inch of rain, really not a lot of measurable precip whatsoever. As we get a look at your forecast for the mountains, we're not expecting snow up there, even though we are looking at snow to our north in the Sierra right now. Sunny and cool, and that's going to continue to be the drill through your Wednesday. A little warmer with plenty of sunshine as we head toward your weekend. As we get a look at the deserts, partly cloudy, more sunshine by your Wednesday, warming up by your Thursday, and a completely different forecast by the time we hit Friday and your weekend. And for the coast, mostly cloudy. We could see a few drops of rain in the morning hours, clearing out by Wednesday, and calling it beach weather Thursday through your weekend. By your Saturday, we're back up to 80 at the coast. Doesn't feel like fall at all. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Not at all.
You know, that's exactly right. We've got a pretty nice dose of fall right now. We're bracing for a chance of rain, but that could all change a little later in the week. So we're going to explain coming up in just a little bit. But first, we want to take you outside this evening to Long Beach. And as we do, it's dry and we're looking at a bit of cloud cover out there. Temperatures quite cool. We're in the 60s this evening. As we get a look at radar, you're going to see dry conditions, and we keep saying dry because there is a chance of rain on the way. Rain sitting well to our north at this point, snow over the Sierra as well. Eventually, we could see this cold front make its way into Southern California. At this point, it's a little behind schedule, but we're still bracing for maybe a chance of scattered showers into the overnight hours and possibly into the morning hours as well. Temperatures right now in the 60s and the 50s, 56 in Lancaster, 62 as we head over to the Ventura County coastline to Oxnard, Ontario 62, and Riverside currently at 61. So yes, we are bracing for some light rain. A chance of a shower continuing overnight into tomorrow. Below average temperatures as well, with a much warmer week and weekend on tap. Some very impressive numbers as we head toward the later part of the week and the weekend. That's why we're already talking about it on Monday. So we're going to have that extended forecast coming up for you in just a little bit. And moving ahead, these are not your rainfall totals, but we are expecting to see maybe a few hundredths of an inch possibly up to about maybe a quarter of an inch along the coast. Tonight getting down to 59. There's that possibility of rain. We're going to continue to break that down for you, and we'll have that extended forecast coming up in just a little bit. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Exactly, and it is just a little bit at this point headed our way. It's a little slower than we initially anticipated, still sitting far to our north, but that could all change in a matter of just a few hours. As we take you outside right now, we're getting a look from our Hollywood Hills camera. We are overlooking downtown and the basin right there. You're going to see cloud cover off there in the distance. Dry at this point, but as we zoom out a little bit on radar, we're going to show you plenty of rain still sitting to our north and also looking at snow in the Sierra. Eventually, we are expecting the rain to make its way down here, but by the time it gets here, it should not be too bad. Just a few scattered showers. So we're going to time that out for you on Futurecast momentarily. You'll see current temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, 58 in Pasadena, 60 in Riverside, 64 in Anaheim. And earlier today, we made it to 72. We were below average, but it was still nice and comfortable out there. Record numbers 100 didn't get anywhere close to that century mark. Over the next 24 hours, that certainly won't be the case. You'll see 50s tonight, 60s, 70s by the afternoon, mostly cloudy by then. Chance of rain overnight. Chance of a few showers in the morning hours, but we're really not expecting too much of anything, maybe a few hundredths of an inch, a little more along the coast, if anything at all. As we get a look at your forecast right here, you'll see into the overnight hours, we could see just a few showers over the basin along the coast as well. That cold front passing through in the early morning hours by 5 a.m. and looks like we could get another dose of rain, but this forecast model in particular keeping it pretty dry by the morning hours. We're drying it out officially by the afternoon tomorrow, but we're still bracing for that chance for the morning hours. If you're wondering if there's going to be snow in our local mountains, yes, we are looking at snow in the Sierra, but for us here at home, not the case. Looking at sunshine and 50s over the next few days, getting up to the 60s by the weekend. For the deserts, partly cloudy with more sunshine and much warmer temperatures as well by the weekend. The coast, impressive, upper 60s to the mid 70s to 80 by your Saturday. And for the basin, Orange County, mostly cloudy, turning to sunny skies, turning to much warmer temperatures by the weekend. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
Evelyn.
Well, rain headed our way indeed. We're going to be tracking that rain for you along with your extended forecast coming up.
Beautiful up there. Now, I gotta make a correction because we just said that this is the first snowfall, but it's really the first major snowfall. It's the first big one that they've had so far.
Yeah, we did have snow in the Sierra. We even had some snow here at home, but this is a little more major. This is the stuff that the skiers and the snowboarders get excited about. So head up to Tahoe. All right. Well, we should have some snow of our own here at home. Not with this round, though. We're not expecting any snow at this point. We're really just getting a little bit of moisture. Nothing compared to what Northern California got earlier today in the way of rain and in the way of snow. Even got a tornado sweeps through. At this point, though, it's well to our north, and we're still talking dry conditions out there. As we zoom out a little bit, we were just talking about the Sierra and Tahoe right there. Take a look. We are dealing with snow as we speak, and we're also dealing with rain still north of the Bay Area. Could potentially make its way down into our forecast, but at this point, still not transpiring. Temperatures in the 40s, 50s, 60s out there as well. 64 in Anaheim, 60 in Riverside, 46 in Wrightwood, and 72, that was earlier today in downtown. Average is 78 and record numbers 100 degrees. Didn't get anywhere too close to that. Over the next 24 hours, 50s, 60s. By the afternoon, we're up to about 71 degrees, mostly cloudy, and we're leaving that chance of rain in the forecast overnight into the morning hours. Futurecast set for 2 a.m. So into the overnight hours, we could expect to see some of that rain finally starting to move in. This forecast model in particular, though, not producing too much of it. Looks like by 5 a.m. we're still dealing with a few showers, possibly just south of PV over the Orange County coastline, possibly spanning into parts of the basin as well. By 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, looking a lot drier, maybe a few drops of leftover showers, but other than that, keeping it dry even by 10 o'clock in the morning. We're not ruling out the chance of a shower in the late morning hours, and by the afternoon, we're looking a whole lot drier. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, drying out, mostly cloudy tomorrow afternoon, low 70s, mid 70s turning to close to 80s by your Thursday. By your Friday, we're in the 80s, and by your Saturday, a very different forecast. We are well above average for this time of year. That's for the basin in Orange County. As we take you to the mountains, we're not expecting any snow with this round, but we're looking at 50s and 60s in the forecast. And for the deserts, 60s, eventually turning to 70s with plenty of sunshine later in the week. And the coast, upper 60s and keeping things that way through your Wednesday. Mid 70s by your Thursday and getting to 80 degrees at the beach by the time we hit your Saturday. So a very impressive jump in temperatures. For now, though, below average temperatures, mostly cloudy conditions, and a chance of rain lasting through tomorrow. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.